LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. The content listener discretion is advised.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody. It's the best of LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Hopefully neither one of us are here because it's the best of. And we're all winners when we do the best of. We get to stay home. For me, I get to stare at the TiVo and get drunk. For Drew, he gets to follow his kids around and live his life vicariously through the eyes of three young, beautiful triplets. So, and you guys get the best of LoveLine. So, without any further ado, here it is, the best of LoveLine. Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Trying to get my drawstring through my sweatpants.
Yeah, what are you doing there?
It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. It's slow going.
You got to get the hanger out and push it through.
Oh, I thought you did it with a safety pin or something.
The hanger.
But can't you inch it a little bit at a time?
Yeah, it'll take you about 3 weeks.
And I'm going to work on this. So forgive me. I'm going to be distracted for the next show and a half while I attempt to get my drawstring through my sweatpants here. All right, Drew, let's go now. We're at the halfway point. Let's break it down now. Let's get a hand in. Break it down. Come on, gather around now. Grab a knee. Your helmet's not a chair, gentlemen. Yeah. Brian. Oh, yeah. Phone screener Brian does a little JV football coaching. He knows how to break it down. All right, let's go. Let's get started now. No, it's not a chair. The helmet is not a chair, gentlemen. And I use that term loosely. Come on, ladies. That's right.
I don't think people are hearing that. You say that.
Oh, people not hearing about. Yeah, if Brian reminds me that if the helmet hits the ground, your head better be in it because it's not a chair. And by the way, that chair, not a helmet. No one ever tells you that. It's not like you're sitting around in science class and the teacher's like, "Hey, son, that chair,
not a helmet.
It's not a helmet."
Nope.
No, I mean, if they're, it only stands to reason if they're going to tell you the helmet's not a chair. All right, let's go. Let's talk to Lynn. Hey, Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on? Break it down now. Let's go.
Alrighty. Well.
All right.
So
what happened? You had a young child. How old was the child?
She's now 2.
How old was she?
24 months now. Let's go.
How old was she when she was sick?
She was 9 months.
And what was the problem?
9 months, beginning of life.
Hospitalized for MRSA pneumonia, intubated, and while she was on the respirator, she was given fentanyl and Versed.
She had Versed and what?
She's giving some drugs. She's being intubated now.
Methadone and Versed?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl and Versed.
Fentanyl, 9 months age, as many months out as she was in. Let's go now.
She should be fine. I don't know of any evidence that suggests. In fact, even when babies are exposed to methadone in utero, like when they're still in the uterus, or even opiates, I know of no evidence that they're at added risk of opiate addiction in later life.
Okay, so that was my question: is this something we're going to have to worry about later on in life?
Well, I mean, it's a reasonable thing, and people are trying to study these sorts of things because one of the things that happens from opiates and benzodiazepines like Versed is that addicts' brains change in response to these drugs. They change in ways that are permanent.
Incubator's not a chair, gentlemen. It's kind of a bed with a bubble on it.
But I don't know of any evidence that it changes that early in life after limited periods of exposure. So I think you're all right, okay?
All right.
And by the way,
break it down.
And by the way, is you or your husband an addict or alcoholic?
No.
Okay, so you have to have the gene there anyway, so.
Well, there's genetic history, but
where?
I think we'll be.
Who's got the history?
Family members have been alcoholics. So.
Yours.
Dad's a junkie. All right now.
And you're not an alcoholic?
No.
All right. If you don't have the gene, you can't pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right?
Right on.
All right. Break it down. Get a hand in. Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
Why would they give the kid the methadone?
They didn't. Fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
It's a synthetic opiate.
What for?
For the pain of being intubated.
Now, is that what they put the tube down your nose?
Yeah, or in your mouth.
In your lung?
Yeah.
Try to get the water out of there? Try to get the fluid out of your lung?
No, breathe. That's a mechanical, respirator.
It's painful?
It's breathing on behalf. The child will be dead without a respirator. It supports their breathing.
Yeah, plain God.
Yeah.
So,
and Versed puts you asleep, basically.
No, this kid had pneumonia?
MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staph aureus. Bad times.
Real doctor, just a love doctor.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. Could orgasm with all 75 previous partners.
75.
And
Yes.
Uncle Frank, 500 women.
so he says.
500.
I think
What's
it's more like
that?
600.
600.
And
Yes.
you're 25?
Yes, I am.
What's up, baby doll?
Well, I'm having a problem with my current relationship. I've been with this guy for 3 months, and I absolutely love him. I think he's the most wonderful thing in the world, and I'm having a problem. Everything is great except for our sex life. And I've had, more than my fair share, I should say, of sexual partners.
75, it says here.
What? Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Well, they already told you that then.
Were you sexually addicted or compulsed or something, or was something?
Yeah, I was in therapy for a while for sexual addiction.
All right, so let me I were to put the puzzle together here, okay?
Okay.
One of the things that starts to happen when people are sexually compulsed is that they, particularly women in my experience, will have a piece of themselves sort of split off. A piece of themselves they feel sort of bad and
right.
sort of dirty. And they can only experience that part of themselves when they're with bad guys in these sort of sexual encounters. And they can function well sexually in those circumstances. But when they're with a good guy, they feel split off from that bad self and are ambivalent and can't really function sexually. They can't be sexual with a good guy. Is that sort of how you're feeling?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
and so,
the
but
men
that
that
also,
I've been with in the past, I mean, my father was just astounded that he didn't have any tattoos or piercings or anything. And
right. So he's not a bad guy. The bad guys are the ones you can.
No, he's absolutely.
So you got to withhold. You got to withhold from the good guy, and then and that you'll eventually start feeling resentful because that bad self won't have a chance to emerge. So you have to find a way to integrate these things and experience the total Anne with this person. And it also suggests some pretty heavy trauma growing up. So something happened there. You need to be.
Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, I kind of already knew that.
What happened?
When I was young, my dad left and didn't know how to be a father or didn't want to be a father, basically. But my mom married a man who had his own idea of perfection.
The hell's that mean?
Meaning sort of that my mom is very beautiful, as is my sister and myself. We're all a very attractive family, and he was very concerned with sort of having the trophy wife and the trophy daughters. And about a year ago, he decided that he sat my mom down and said, I love you, but I don't want to be married anymore. Went out and got himself a 30-year-old girlfriend. Mind you, I'm 25, my sister's 27, and sort of has now become this executive playboy, if you will.
Look, that's not about that has nothing to do with perfection. That is the fact that he does not have relationships with women. They are merely objects for him to sort of act out upon.
Right.
Yeah, what? Hold on.
There's been much discussion of narcissistic
hold on. All right.
personality.
Yes, he's narcissistic for sure.
Okay.
For sure. For sure, he's narcissistic.
Where do we get the current story about stepdad running off with his secretary when she's 25? She's already been through 75 patsies at this point. We want to know something about when she was 9, but
it's just all there.
All right. Well, look, get some therapy.
She's doing that,
and stick it out with this guy.
And understand that bad self needs to be integrated. You need to present the bad self to your present partner. He will accept it. He'll be fine with it.
What?
That part of her that feels bad and dirty, she needs to share with her new partner. He'll love it. He'll be fine with it.
To the tune of 75 guys?
Not the history, but that part of herself.
Okay, but the
history not necessarily.
Yeah, but you're just one more skin of the onion away from the 75 dudes.
No.
Once we start...
No, just that self needs to emerge.
Well,
it's good.
And?
It'll be good. It's the self that orgasms. The guy will be happy.
Does the guy know about all the other guys?
No, I don't think that's something that he would want to or should know.
Fine, that's fine.
That's good. Good. You always lie about that.
Don't lie, but maybe a
Always
little more
lie.
mystery.
What do I do about our current sex life, though? I mean, when we were together, he would last longer, and now he doesn't. And he used to perform oral sex more often, and now he just wants to have sex. And I don't really know sort of how.
He's just sliding into his comfort zone.
No, I think it's also his head spinning. He doesn't know what to think here. He's all over the place.
Right.
Hey, look, Ann, work hard in your therapy. Think about that part of yourself that you feel is dirty and will be rejected by him. Presenting that to him. Present that to him and see what happens. He'll be fine. He'll stop being so confused. So it's his problem. He's like, I have oral sex, nothing happens. I have sex. Hell with it. Let's just have sex. You know what I mean? He can't seem to get his groove here. Huh?
I don't. We just actually we
six
just
is
talked.
fine. 6 is good.
6.
Yeah.
All right. James,
Hello?
you're 18.
Yes, I am.
All right. What's up?
Well, basically, my girlfriend and I have 2 other roommates, and whenever she and I have sex, we like them to watch, or we like somebody to watch. And we generally only have sex if there's somebody watching.
And whose idea was this initially?
Initially, it was my idea because my ex and I sort of like to do it in public places where people could see, and I've kind of always wanted to do it where people did see.
Yeah.
And,
well, now, hold on a second. What, first off, when you say see, you mean just sitting on the sofa with their legs crossed, or do you want them sort of peeking around the corner?
No, basically just sitting like on a chair, anything where we're the display and they're watching.
Are they allowed to talk?
No, generally I'd like them to sit there and shut up, basically.
Because my thing would be like, come on, get a dork in. Let's go now. Break it down.
I don't know. That might kill.
Not a chair.
Her face is not a chair, gentlemen. All right. Yeah, so what's the question?
Well, I was wondering why. Like, that's the only time we ever really have sex is when someone's watching. Otherwise, it's kind of, boring, or we just don't.
And your girlfriend is okay with this, by the way?
Oh, yeah, she's really okay with it. She's actually pretty cool about it.
Well, here's what it means to me. And again, this can mean a lot of different things, but more often than not, this means that you need high levels of arousal in order to feel sexual. So opiate addicts, or even marijuana addicts, even sometimes when they're off their drug but not in recovery, will do this kind of thing. Physical abuse survivors will do this kind of thing because the arousal centers get kind of burned out. They get sort of diminished by physical abuse and by drugs. And so in order to feel the arousal, you have to create these extra situations. And so it's one of those two things.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. To me, I had roommates that got laid every once in a while.
Yeah, but you'd be the watching one.
Yeah. But,
Would you pee on them?
only if they didn't perform up to my level.
And by the way, people who haven't been listening for an hour would wonder where that came from.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. Well, that's why I got to listen to the whole show. I'd hear them going at it in the living room every once in a while and just come down the hall and peek my head around the corner. Yeah. But I'd be uncomfortable. I think that it has me to sit down and just, take notes. It'd be weird. I don't mind the fly on the wall kind of thing, but when you just, hunker down in between the two of them, they're going at it.
Well, the honker would be the critical problem in all this, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a roommate that got a lot of action, What am I going to do?
What are you going to do?
This one-bedroom apartment, 20 years old. We had a Murphy bed where it was a sofa that folded out. And by the way, let me say this to anyone who manufactures sofas that fold out into beds, because I happened to purchase one a few years back, and the only problem with it is the giant steel arched bar that goes through the center of it. That it's not enough that it just technically folds out in a bed. You have to be able to sleep on the goddamn thing. I mean, some of those fold-out sofas really it's like pieces of metal and stuff that are going through the thing.
Yeah.
Plus, the sofa weighs as much as Ironside.
And the mattress is always the size of a wafer.
Like someone put a tortilla on a bear trap and told you to go to bed. But anyway, the one at my house is comical because it literally has a bowed bar that just goes down the center of the thing with the tortilla thickness mattress over the top. But anyway.
Tortilla on a bear
Yeah,
trap.
what you end up doing is just pull the mattress off, put it on the floor, and then, okay, but it took you 45 minutes to unfold the thing. Here's what I'm saying. One of the legs on the fold-out sofa, that they fold down, and those two legs sort of fold out and go down.
Yes.
It didn't sit right. It was like 3 inches above.
Always they move.
So this guy get a little head of steam going. It was like somebody was taking a mop handle and banging it on the floor.
Wake you up, let you know it's time.
The guy underneath us, Al. He always knew what was happening in there. You'd hear that. Yeah, it was the dinner bell was ringing. Yeah, me and Louise head out in the hall, see what was going on.
Yeesh.
Sure, why not? Remember one time old Al, who lived beneath us, it was just one of these creepy, weird dudes that you seem to run into when you're young, and now if you saw him, you just go to the other side of the street.
Yeah,
but
you're stuck with them when you're
weird
young.
Guy with the weird dog and the windbreaker, sat out there with the beer koozie and the Coors watering the lawn every day.
Yeah.
And had I like the guy, by the way, who has the 50-cent Coors foam beer koozie that he's had for 22 years. I mean, you could see the guy's fingerprints carved out of this thing. You could barely read what kind of beer it was. It was cheap. It was like a 50-cent item that he ain't parting with. That's a class move. Yeah. This guy, weird dude. Anyway, he showed up one day at the door with a box filled with dildos and butt plugs and crazy stuff. I mean, big novelty stuff with cranks on it. Big spade shaped butt plugs and just a big box, just a bounty of butt plugs.
And
we're like, "What's up, Al?" And he's like, neighbor from down the hall moved out, and turned out he left all this stuff behind. So thought you kids might.
Oh my God, that is very funny.
Yeah, and there's also one of these dudes too would always do this one. Hey, listen, I know you got a lot of pretty young girls going up to the apartment. Just send one down my way. I always like that one. Send one down. Yeah, like some super smoking hot 19-year-old from Encino. Hey, Tammy. Yeah, and our 62-year-old chain smoking weirdo underneath us, just wearing the pomade with the blue windbreaker and the mangy dog. Why don't you go down there and F him? Yeah. I told him I'd send you down. Give him some oral, maybe. Weirdo, dude. What's everyone a weirdo for? Kept the hose. He was the manager. He got to be managed, so he probably had his rent cut in half, but he policed the place, and he would just sit around with his Skipper and his dog, Skipper, and he had his prized possession was the 100-foot hose on the PVC rack that rolled up. He kept that inside of his house, kept it in I want to borrow it one day to hose off the porch. He wouldn't lend it to me.
Oh my God.
Been living above the guy for 3 years. Like, no, I'll do it. All right, I'll just go ahead and I'll take it. I don't think so. Then one day Skipper died. His dog died.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. And Al had to have a little heart-to-heart with me. Oh yeah.
About Skipper?
Did
you kill him?
I didn't kill Skipper. I want to kill myself 10 minutes into Al's, beer-fueled. The guy doesn't talk to you for 3 years, and then he's got to open up. Carried a gun. I should borrow that gun to kill myself.
You should have done that a long time ago.
Weirdo. Oh, my God. Carried tucked into his pants.
All the time.
Yeah. So always just patrolling. He'd show it to me.
Ugh.
It's one of these weird loner dudes, and his son used to come over, and his son wore the windbreaker and had the same glasses, like an SNL sketch.
Wow.
Like the junior version of him.
Yeah. Okay.
Maureen, I'm having a flashback. Maureen, You're 21?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, in the morning I wake up, I say hi to my husband and my kids and stuff. All throughout the day I give him subtle hints that, I want to make love to him that night, and then, all throughout the day. And then all of a sudden at 9 o'clock he's out.
Is he getting up early in the morning? Is he getting up very early in the morning?
I do, but he doesn't.
What time does he get up?
What time does he get up?
Oh, 7:30, sometimes 8 o'clock.
So why is he so tired at 9?
I don't know.
No reason. He's not getting drunk or something, or.
Well, hold on. Newsflash: 7:30. That's getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
I mean, you may not be milking the cows at sunrise, but getting up at 7:30. I don't consider it's not really sleeping in, is it?
No, but it's also not. You still could hang out till 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And
if I took 4 naps,
Maureen.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with you? You're 21. You're calling from Bakersfield. There's trouble. There's he's a radio DJ. How old's your husband?
That had to be asked. 42.
42. He's twice your age. And how often does he want sex?
The thing is, he never asked me.
Well, because you're always at him about it, but how often do you think he'd want it?
Well, beats me.
Oh, well, that gives me a very clear answer what's going on.
Maureen just sounds like albino trash. Just super white trash. Here's the thing, too, by the way, husbands and wives. One person becomes the chicken and the other becomes the chicken hawk, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Don't expect the chicken to ass. The chicken just sort of on the run from the chicken hawk. It's a strange thing, but this is what happens.
Because the one is always good to go, and the other one is stepping up beyond their comfort zone to try to meet up with the chicken hawk.
But even just sort of emotionally, psychologically, or dynamically, it's just one person becomes the person that wants sex, and the other person is the person that sort of puts them off, and then they both get into the role.
Yeah.
And the person that wants sex probably wants sex more than they normally would have wanted sex because they're sort of that's their role, and the person that's sort of not wanting sex at a certain point is turning them away, and they don't even know why. It's just like, oh, here you come again.
Yeah.
So it's almost they take that role. And I think certainly when the woman becomes the aggressor, this is one thing that happens. But I think it happens with women, too. So this guy's probably, plus he's 42.
Could be slowing down
starting to slow it down a little. A man of Drew's exquisite passion couldn't understand that. But at age 42, he's whining in a little, winding it up. And Maureen sounds nutty. Maureen?
What?
He's not drinking at night and going to bed drunk or something like that?
No.
And why don't you go to bed with him since you know he's going to go to bed around 9 o'clock? Why don't you get the kids in bed early and plan for that?
Because I have a lot of work to do after the kids go to bed.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have? 2.
All right. Why don't you plan for him going to bed early? You plan with him. You get up extra early and do your work in the morning.
Okay.
Oh, I'd hate to have you
just go do whatever you want. Just
well, no, it sounds impossible because I have a very strange life.
What's your life?
I wake up at about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Why?
In the morning.
Why?
Because if the kids are asleep, I can clean the house and get things done. If they're not,
I thought you had to get stuff done at night.
Well, that's the thing. After the kids go to sleep, that's when I try to get my work done. But if it's not done then, I have to get up early.
Okay, why don't you not do it at night and do it in the morning?
Listen, idiot, you just said you got up at 4:30. It's the only time you could get your stuff done. And then you just went ahead and said, well, you got to get the kids to bed because the only time you can get anything done is at night.
Depends.
So which is it?
It depends on how early they wake up because, see, one is only a year old and he wakes up about, 5 o'clock.
And how much cleaning you got to do? Because I ain't picturing more than 1,400 square feet.
It's smaller than that, and we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
The thing is, I'm very disorganized, so I'm having a real hard time getting organized because every second I gotta take care of the kids or something's going on.
Right, and you also sound depressed.
Yeah, you really sound depressed.
So you're depressed. You're overwhelmed.
Very depressed. I haven't had.
It's not about the sex. No, it's not about the sex. No. This is not about the sex.
Well,
it's not about.
I'm
it's
sure
not
you
about
guessed that.
What?
I now know that you guessed that. I am depressed.
I don't know. Well, look, Maureen, how about can you get some therapy or something?
Get your depression treated.
Yeah, because you don't want the kids don't want to be around depressed.
Yeah, that will affect your kids. You being depressed and angry.
I know, but I can't afford therapy.
No, not therapy. How about you may be a medication candidate. You may. Something pretty simple here.
Well, what's your husband do?
Well, mostly nothing. I mean, he does little things here and there.
I don't know what to say. Look, all of you idiots, stop cranking out kids with old guys, and
Mostly nothing. Who supports the family?
he's got to get up. I don't know.
Yeah, it really sounds chaos.
But listen,
it's like this is more like social services need to get involved here.
people are like, they're almost hell bent on their life not working out.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break, but
All right.
okay. Look, what I don't know what to do. Then do nothing. Do nothing. All right, I'm going to yell at Maureen. All right, we got to
Yeah, when we
take a
get
break.
back. Yeah.
LoveLine will be right back. So get your problems ready.
LoveLine is brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Law enforcement is cracking down from coast to coast. No matter where you are, if you drive under the influence, you will be arrested. You drink and drive, you lose.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 105 Alternative, San Francisco.
Hey, y'all. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Well, 10 hours and 40 minutes from Los Angeles to de Gaulle in France. And 3,600 miles from New York to Paris, and 2,400 from L.A. to New York. Seems short, but I buy it. All right. Now we settled that,
Oh, wait. Let's
and it's
double check it.
Kelly works for American Airlines, knows exactly the mileage. Kelly,
Hi.
what's happening, Perky?
No, I just got off work.
And what do you do for American Airlines?
I work for reservations.
All right, so you know the mileage from Los Angeles to Paris?
Yeah, I just called to double check it for you.
All right, what is it?
You want the exact amount?
Yeah.
3,452.
3,452.
Which is
Not from Los Angeles to Paris.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, JFK.
to Paris.
I looked at the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's from JFK to Paris.
Yeah.
And then what about Los Angeles to JFK? Do you know what that number is?
I don't know the exact number. I think that's...
All right. Thanks, baby doll. All right. No help. Other than we did shave almost 200 miles off of that one.
Yeah.
Then that's actually making a little more sense.
Yeah.
All right. Back to the phones we go. I'll speak to Parker, who's 23. Parker,
I'm here.
what's up?
I've got a 36-year-old girlfriend that starting to have a little stronger feelings for me than I'm having for her.
Mm-hmm.
How long you been dating her?
A little over a month.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's time to call it quits. It's kind of
yeah?
back on out.
She's a good girl. I love hanging out with her.
Then why are you calling?
And by the way, I can't believe she got to be some kind of desperate to be into Parker. He must be some good-looking guy.
It's funny how when you just have the voice, you don't get encumbered by any of that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, my God. She sounds like a 10-watt bulb. Parker.
Yes.
All right. It says here she has a son.
Daughter.
She has a daughter. And she's 36, and you're 23.
Yes.
And
she's moving in.
Is that a deal breaker for you, the age difference?
No, not really. It's actually, generally I've dated people, girls that have been like 1 or 2 years different from me.
Parker, can you be quiet for 1 second?
Yeah.
I want to listen to the Mockingbird.
From a bird sanctuary.
Hang on.
That's nice.
The birds.
Yeah, Austin. It's calling from Texas. Nice. That's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
There's some birds up and about.
Okay, so Parker.
Yeah.
I don't understand. She's getting serious. You're not that into her, or you are into her?
Well, I'm not yet. I think that she's kind of developing feelings really fast, and I don't know if it's just something I should stay away from because she's getting feelings really fast. I'm
Well-
not saying that I'm not going to develop those feelings. I'm
All
just saying,
Here's the. It's got a bad line. So I'm putting him on hold, but he can hear us. Here's the thing. To me, 23, 36, 17-year-old daughter sounds like, I don't know. I just think when you're a 23-year-old guy, you should just be a 23-year-old guy.
Right.
And that
He's
doesn't mean-
closer to a peer age of the daughter than the mom. The daughter's 6 years younger. The mom's 13 years older.
Right.
This is going to be trouble for mom, no matter what. He's kind of not into it. It's kind of like, sort of
Yeah.
exploiting her. She's really getting involved fast, and he doesn't really care about that.
and
What are you going to do?
She's in a position where she's 36. She's probably feeling like the clock is ticking a little in terms of getting married a second time or doing whatever. She's, 40s around the corner. And Parker just seems like he's not that into it. And here's the whole thing. When you're 23, you can dick around with a hot 19 or 20-year-old. They're made of silly putty. They bounce right back. They got no problem. They don't have a care in the world, these people. When you got the mom that's been through a couple bad relationships, has got a kid or two, and is looking a little long in the tooth, you can't screw around with that.
And by the way, mom was pregnant by 18, so daughter's right about on course now. And Parker could be the one served up for those purposes.
You cannot monkey with that woman. That's a long-term thing.
Yeah, right.
That's a permanent thing.
You're gonna be dad of a girl who's
right.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Your own age.
If
You're gonna be dad of a.
Look, if this woman is the woman of your dreams and you're very much in love with her,
that's one thing.
Mazel tov.
That's not what he's saying.
If you're sort of got one foot in and one foot out, I'm telling you, pull the other foot out and get going.
I'm with that.
Jim.
Hello.
You're 24.
Yes.
What's up?
I've been married for about a year and a half, and I said we haven't had sex, but actually we haven't had much sex and since we've been married. Our sex life was great before we were married.
What happened?
I don't know. I think we just got used to each other too much, or we did everything we possibly could.
What's
sexually.
that mean? Before you got married, you did?
Yeah. So
or you
now
tried to in order to try to get things rekindled.
Right. So now it's just really dropped off. We're to the point now, ever since probably January, we haven't had much sex at all.
Well, listen, Drew is a man of exquisite passion. I barely have a pulse, so I should probably take this one. Wait a minute. I nodded off. Who are we talking to?
Wait, your heart stopped.
Drew, go give me some Valium and quiet down. Let me handle this thing. All right. Who do you think has initiated the no-sex
Drop
zone?
off, yeah.
Do you think it's you or you think it's her?
Her.
She has.
That's a bad sign.
And you're good to go, but she isn't.
Well, when she started, it kind of made me start, dropping off too.
Right.
So
you've slowed down. It's like, here's what it's like. It's like when you start starving yourself, your metabolism slows down in order to deal with it. Because if you were just, if it was moving like it would just you'd start eating your own bones.
All right.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if Jim could get to his own bone,
he would
take the edge off. All right, so she did this, and you don't have any, and she was hypersexual before.
We both were.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
Well,
what do you mean?
Well, you say, hold on a second, Drew. You say you both were, but that you would be that way now if she was that way again. You're just going along with her.
No, we both just kind of fell off, and now I think we're to the point where we're okay not having sex.
Okay,
right,
there's a ton here.
All right, but
you got to ask the right question.
I will, but a second ago,
I know he did. I know
he said she's the one that stopped having sex, and he keeps going. We've decided.
I
don't really buy the we've decided part.
I don't either. But this is all the earmarks of those bipolar qualities and people who are sexually compulsive.
Yeah. All right. Now, does she have any history of abuse?
There are some possibilities of when she was younger, her stepfather might have molested her a little bit.
Just a little bit, though.
From what I hear.
Sprinkling of sodomy?
Well, some of the stories he tells me aren't exactly molestation stories, but they're hearsay. Here and there, he touched me here. He may have touched me there while I was...
Word on the street is.
Creepy stepdad, to say the least.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. And by the way, just having... we've talked about this a bunch of times, but the idea of you're getting out of the shower and making your way to the bedroom, creepy stepdad lowers the sports page and is leering at you.
Yeah.
Just living under the same roof with that a-hole.
Crazy.
Imagine that kind of constant pressure. You're a 12-year-old girl.
Ugh.
How freaky is that got to be? It's like, I know he's probably not going to try to F me, but I know if I let him, he would feel my boobs. How freaky does that have to be? And by the way, how must it shape your opinion of men?
That's right.
All right, so how about she gets some counseling and perhaps you do too?
Okay.
You have some abuse too, right?
Not that I can recall, no.
Okay.
I grew up in a pretty good family.
Well, she has something going on with her.
Okay.
Yeah. And you ever been with a guy?
No, not at all.
Never. All right. Can she get some therapy? You guys are, newly married.
Right.
How about you're going to
work on a little bit?
Yeah, and here's the thing, everybody.
It's not going to get better from here.
Got to draw a metaphor here. Everything worth having takes a little upkeep and a little maintenance.
That's true.
You want a nice house, you got to get the gardener, you got to paint the place every so often, you got to exterminate, you got to get rid of the termites. A nice car, you got to put a coat of wax on it, you got to change the oil. There's upkeep. Everything worth having in life has a certain upkeep aspect to it.
It's a commitment.
A boat, whatever it is you want, boat, car, house, you name your thing. I'm going to, hobby, sport, whatever, there's going to be some work involved with keeping it running right, whatever. Relationship, no different. Mm-hmm. If you're lucky, you get a nice, reliable Camry that doesn't really take too much. Even the Camry, you got to drop off over at the Jiffy Lube every once in a while and change the oil and rotate the tires.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Little something. 20 or 4-year-old new relationship or newlywed, put a little in. Put a coat of paint on it. Yes?
With you.
All right. Let's Sneaks Beer. Who's been on hold the longest, Drew? Mary?
Yeah.
Let's talk to Mary. Mary, you're 23.
Mary, who's sleeping?
Mary, are you sleeping?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Boy, we need to wake her up and get a sleep study done because she needs a CPAP.
What's a CPAP?
Thing to make her breathe during the night. It's just sleep apnea.
Sounds like a big gal. Sounds hot. Let's see. Ooh. I mean, it's like a wildebeest ate her and fell asleep on the sofa. I'll tell you, if I was like thinking about robbing the house and I heard that coming from under the front door, I'd go to the next house. Be like, there's a troll or a bear or something that fell asleep in there.
Like under the stairs at the Munsters.
Yeah. And by the way, they have all these things, these, theft deterrent things, dogs barking and sirens and stuff. How about just the sound of 500-pound biker drunk and nodded off on the sofa? You can picture a guy in a leather. If you could
really create that sound, yeah.
Picture a guy with a leather vest with a sawed-off shotgun in his lap and a beer in his hand, and he just dozed off. You'd go to the next house, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's check with Mary one more time. She's been on hold for 76 minutes. Probably fell asleep about the time I started with Chief Thunderbat.
Chief Thunderbat, yeah. About right.
Yeah. She's sawing long, so you don't hear the ladies snore too often.
Not with that kind of nice, deep, rich sound.
Yeah, it doesn't suggest petite.
No.
Now, if she has the phone up around her face, it probably means that the receiver, the ear part, is somewhere near her ear, right?
I would think, yeah. So you want to try to wake her up?
Let me try.
Well, why are we not hearing her now?
It's a good question. All right. I've run out of ideas. Mary? 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 Mary?
She stopped snoring.
It seemed like it caused a little movement. All right. Let's take a break. We'll get back with Mary. It sort of it shut her up. As somebody who's the world's lightest sleeper, I'm constantly amazed at those who can nod off in the upright position with like phones in their ears and stuff. She must have heard her. Well, obviously heard her name on some level. she heard something, or she wouldn't have stopped, right?
Possibly.
All right. Thanks for that commitment, Drew. We'll get back with Mary, and then you and me and us all after this.
LoveLine will be right back.
LoveLine. 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 LoveLine.
Hey, yo, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. And we move forward with the show, Drew, yes?
Yes. Well,
Yes.
we're sort of moving forward. We're going to go back to Sarah
Yes.
and move forward.
Yes. Now, Sarah's 20, doesn't get along with her stepmom.
Junior college.
Maybe junior college. Is there 1 year college that's like an annex of a junior college? Like
Junior.
Some trailer.
Junior college. Trailer college.
It's a trailer that's up on pier blocks, like out in the parking lot of the junior college. Sarah.
Yeah.
All right.
So you were 6 years old.
Well, look, I didn't want to get into this anymore. I don't like your stepmom, but I understand why she doesn't like you as well. So
Yeah, but
here's the thing. Here's the deal. Are you living at home?
No, I'm not.
All
That's
right.
good.
Well, then there's really nothing to worry about with your stepmom.
Well, no, it's just like whenever I call my dad's house, he wants me to acknowledge her, and I don't acknowledge her at all. And I don't think I deserve. I don't think I have to do that.
And you hearken it all back. It's all that is hard feelings you have about her yelling at you about something kind of goofy when you were 6 years old.
Well, she used to kick me and my sister's ass.
Okay.
And then
all right.
and then before we left for the weekend to go back to my mom's house, we would have to kiss her.
Mm-hmm. With your tongue?
No,
Do you have a lot of
okay.
piercings, Sarah?
I don't know.
No.
Okay. All right, Sarah. I'm sorry you have an evil stepmother. I do believe she's a bad person.
I understand you don't want to acknowledge her. That's fine.
And you cannot acknowledge her. And if your dad can't respect or acknowledge that, then you may have to cut him off for a little bit too.
Yeah.
But
I
here's what you-
already
Yes.
cut him off for like 2 years. I didn't talk to him, and my sisters did the same thing.
Would that work okay for you?
Not really.
All right. Well, now let's talk about you now. A, let's turn down the goddamn radio. B, what is going on? You're going to junior college. That's a disaster. What
No,
else?
actually, it's not. It's going really good.
How do you pay for that?
Financial aid and grants.
And do you pay for your living that way too? I mean, your living arrangements?
Actually, I work full time too.
What kind of work do you do
Right now, I'm a floor technician.
right now?
Floor technician?
Yeah.
What does that? It means you're running a waxer, right? You're buffing floors.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you using one of those buffers?
Yeah.
Oh, and not interesting to you that I knew the equipment that you were using?
Kinda.
All right, so you're using one of those circular buffers, like in commercial buildings,
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they're big old, like little
Yeah.
machines that
and are you working at night?
Yeah. Actually, I'm at work right now.
All right, all right.
Hey.
Never doesn't bother anybody that I know when they work and what the equipment they use.
What's what they do? How dare you? Of course.
Yes, because they think I'm like a kazoo.
No.
And I'm on their shoulders.
Right. They think everybody knows what they do because it's what they do.
Right.
So therefore, you should know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's grandiose stupidity.
But it's grandiose what happens when you've been physically abused.
Yes.
You got to be as I've said before. You've asked me to bring up my patients that have been sexually or physically abused feel like a piece of S around which the whole world revolves.
Right.
And
that's what you're dealing
Sarah.
with.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah. Everybody, let me just take a moment and give you some words to live by. You owe nothing to your parents if they weren't good parents. You owe everything to them if they were great parents, and then it's whatever's in between. I mean, quite honestly, if your parents were a 4.5 or a 5 on the parenting scale, and you got to be honest, you got to stand back and look at it, then you can be a 4 or a 5 on the child.
It can be your assessment of it too.
It can
not
be.
what they tell you they were.
No,
Your assessment of it.
My parents know that by their own admission they were like 3, 3.25. Now I give them about a 2.5.
Little payback.
Everyone's happy. I got a little something, a little interest for all the therapy I'm going through. And there you go. If your stepmom was a 1 or a -1, then that's what she gets. Your dad was a 3, you give him a 3. That's what he has. He doesn't have a daughter, he has a 3. It's about a third of a daughter. Fine. Work hard, get your crap together, and punish them by being successful, not by getting high and having to move back in the garage.
Good times.
All right. We'll be back after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Dateline. You looking to hook up, sick of wasting time with the wrong person?
Dateline. One call's all you need to make.
Call the Dateline. 877-889-DATE.
Call the Dateline. Oh, yeah. Everybody now. LoveLine will be right back.
Everybody, LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. All right, let's speak to Sasha, who's 14. Sounds a little depressed.
Well, she has to write a paper. She write a paper tonight, and she's waiting for us to get to her.
Yeesh.
Well, it's not really a paper, it's an oral report, and the question is, what is love?
Mm-hmm. What do you have to do with those oral reports? Do you get to bring up like 3x5 cards?
Well, no, we just have to report to the class what we found out about the topic.
Have you checked it out on the web?
Yeah, I tried, but it's like not applicable to the topic that we're doing right now.
Right, it's a very complex question.
I know you have to report to the class, but do you get to bring up 3x5 cards?
No.
No cheat sheet, no nothing.
Well, we can bring like research, but we have to just talk to the class about it.
Extemporaneously. Or without notes, without written material.
I know you gotta. Yeah, all right. Anyway, I don't know why by talking to people.
So what have you discovered so far?
Well, just the general dictionary definition of love.
Yeah.
But not like applicable to.
No, Sasha, this is actually.
Why isn't it?
There's a book called A General Theory of Love that's about 200 pages that goes through a systematic discussion of what the brain mechanisms are, probably related to this phenomenon. A General Theory of Love. And there are.
Pages? 200 pages?
Yes, it's a terribly... Listen, first of all the literature, all the world's literature is packed with discussions about, at least the sort of romantic literature, about what this thing is, and exploration, the philosophical explorations. The reality is now they're zeroing in on certain brain mechanisms.
Really?
And there are functional MRI scans. And there's differences in terms of how men and women experience these things. It's experiences at different phases of life, different kinds of relationships, different depending on your history of your close relationships and whether you've been traumatized. So it's a terribly, terribly complex topic. But I would think the web would be a source for this, at least for the MRI sort of, look up the cingulate gyrus in the brain. That's one of the areas where these...
What's it called?
The cingulate gyrus and the orbital frontal system.
I don't think I got either one
These
of
are where
those.
these sort of attachment phenomenon occur, and attachment is thought to be a critical issue in the love experience.
Boring!
Yeah, it's actually it can be very boring if you really break it down to what the brain is.
Oh, no, it already is boring.
Yeah.
Hey, Sasha.
Yeah?
Hold on. Yeah, the Sasha. I bet she's cute because she's already becoming a pain in the ass.
Well, here's the deal. Did you look on the web? No, not applicable. What have you got so far? Well, I'll open the dictionary.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, Sasha.
Yeah?
I don't like your attitude.
Why?
Yeah, it just bothers me. I don't think I'm going to answer this question.
Okay.
All right.
How dare you?
Nah, I didn't like
Maybe
her.
the chief would answer it.
Nah, she's snotty.
Huh?
Everything was sort of like, she was one of these, there's these people out there, You get halfway into your thing and they start shutting it down. Like you start going, well, are you and they just start going. They have two modes. Either they misunderstand, or they just sort of don't listen, or they just sort of dismiss all the time. Yeah, and all your ideas are stupid.
Yeah.
Have you tried going? I already tried that. Well, did you look? They don't have anything.
Not applicable.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck. But here's the thing. Sasha called the show looking for answers about love. Instead, I think she learned very important answers about attitude.
Ah.
That's what she needed. All right. And we don't have a good answer anyway.
I gave her several references.
Yeah, but I don't know what she's supposed to do with that. All right.
What are we supposed to do with the question?
What is she supposed to do in front of her class?
She's got to go to the web and actually do some research. Actually do it. And start with the general theory of love. Maybe there's a synopsis of the book online.
Even talk to Damon.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm going to ask a question. Sasha, you still there?
Yeah.
What's your family situation like?
Just a regular family.
Everything cool?
Yeah.
Dad's home. He loves you?
Mm-hmm.
And mom's good, too?
Yeah.
What's your dad do for a living?
He's a computer programmist person for Microsoft.
Aha! And your mom, what's she do?
Oh, well, she's a computer person, too, but she doesn't work.
Nice.
Well, she can't really work. We're illegal. Well, it's illegal for her to work.
Why?
Well, we're from Russia, so we just moved here like 3 years ago, so she doesn't have a right visa to have a right to work.
How was Russia?
What?
How was Russia?
It was cold.
It was cold.
It was good.
It's good? Russia's good?
Yeah.
Why'd you move?
Because my dad got a job here, and it was better than the job there.
Are you upset that you had to leave?
Well, I guess, but it was like 3 years ago, so I don't really remember much.
Wow.
But you were 11 then. You should most of your childhood was there. You should remember a ton.
Well, I remember a lot of stuff, but like not really enough to have a very big emotional attachment to it.
Wait, whoa.
What?
You couldn't have a bigger emotional attachment. Those are when emotional attachments are very terribly intense.
At 11?
But 11 and under, of course. Those are the most powerful imprints on your brain are during those years.
Well, but I was like a lonely kid when I was in Russia, but when I moved here, I got lots of friends.
Well, why do you like Russia better, though?
Well, because it's just like my homeland. You just like it better than the one you have now, I guess.
I know, but you didn't have any friends over there, and your dad had a crappy job.
Well, not crappy, and not no friends at all. I had friends, but I have more friends here because people are friendlier.
Oh, are they? You think? And by the way, she doesn't really have any accent. Shouldn't you have some accent?
If you picked up English 3 years ago?
I was learning English since I was like in first grade in Russia.
That's smart.
Here I just got more fluent.
I see. And you think people are friendlier here than they are in Russia?
Well, it's like you walk down the street and people are smiling at you. And I don't see a reason for people to smile. And in Russia, people don't smile at you randomly.
What part of Russia were you living in?
What?
What part of Russia were you living in?
It's like right in the middle where Europe and Asia meet. It's like the city is called Yekaterinburg.
Oh, now Drew's been there. He went there on a sex story he was telling me about during the break. Hold on a second, Sasha. Sasha's smart, but she's angry. And that's what I think I sensed the first time around.
But it's almost it's like it's something out of a Woody Allen film or something. Like she's some sort of character out of it. Like people should not smile. It's like, what's the smile for? Why are you smiling?
She's going to vent a ray that stops people from smiling. All right, let's see. Sasha?
Yeah?
You sound angry.
No, I don't. I'm just tired. I have to wake up at 5:30 to get.
And there's not many 14-year-olds that talk about why people are smiling and how they don't smile and.
Well, it's just scary when you're walking down the street and people just randomly smile at you. It's not something you'd expect usually.
Well, I mean, you've been here for long enough to probably get used to it, right?
Oh, I guess, but it's
okay.
Well, I went back during the summer and I kind of got very acquainted with everything. So
So if you had it your way, would you be living in Russia?
actually, I would be living in Amsterdam.
Really?
Yeah, because I think that'd be cool.
Have you ever
Plus,
been
we
there?
could have moved to Amsterdam. So, like, if we had to.
Have you ever been there?
What?
Oh, where's the?
I don't
We
know.
could have
Phone
moved to
cut off.
either here or Holland.
Oh, okay. All right, listen, let me give you some sage advice and forget about this. By the way, in this country, I'm looked at as a deity. I'm a bit of a god. So maybe you hadn't heard of me in Russia, but I'm huge over here stateside.
Adam Nostrovia.
That's right.
I've listened to this radio station for 2 years now, so
So you know.
yeah.
So listen, here's the thing, Sasha. You're super smart. I bet you're cute. You got a lot going for you. But sometimes being smart doesn't mean being happy. As a matter of fact, smart is not the friend of happiness oftentimes. It turns on happy and beats the crap out of it. Because smart looks at happy and says, you think you're happy? Yeah. Where'd you get that haircut? And look at you. You're 10 pounds overweight. And, you got some friends, but you don't got that many. And they ain't that smart. And they ain't that happy. And next thing you know, happy don't feel too good about himself.
Right.
That's what smart does to happy. You know, when you want, let me tell you.
That's why that was not the eighth dwarf, or they kicked him off the set.
Smart and happy?
Because he would have kicked Happy's ass and
Right.
would have upset the balance of the whole thing.
Sasha is real long on smart and kind of short on happy. And ultimately, whereas the smart people walk around passing judgment and letting everyone know how much smarter they are than everyone, ultimately, joke's on them because they went through a life without any happiness. So,
I think you're giving a very, very important message to the American youth, which is don't be smart.
that's right. And don't
That's
crack
nice.
don't crack wise. No, it's one thing to accumulate knowledge. That's fine. That's an important thing. You should go out and experience and learn as much as you can. But when you put a bigger emphasis on smart than you do on happy, people need to focus on happy. If people are smiling, you should smile back. It's a better.
I just
it's a
find
better
it
life.
interesting that the whole notion of love for Sasha is something terribly mysterious and confusing. It's like, what could they possibly mean?
Yeah. Well,
I looked in the dictionary.
Sasha's smart and a little bit angry.
Icy
and
cold.
it's an icy cold, colder than the Russian front that they used to threaten to send Colonel Klink to all the time. Colder than
Siberian winter.
I was going to say a Siberian parking block. All right, so here's the point. You can't tell her that. It's never going to work.
I know.
I just don't know what to do. What do you do with Sasha? Send her to space camp?
Get more friends.
More friends.
Yeah.
Get some friends and get some goofy friends.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to see how things were going. He was writing the music for that new band or whatever, and that they had pretty good.
I knew an S or an F was going to fly out of there. I just knew it.
God forbid we put one of the LoveLine callers on the air for more than 4 words without them knowing it. The S bomb gets dropped.
I thought it'd be the F bomb first. I was convinced that was coming any second.
Well, I'm sure we missed out on 6 F bombs and 3 S's in the time, and maybe an N word in the in the time we put her on hold. All right, but that's not her fault. So we're not going to punish her. We're going to go back to her, Drew.
All right.
Why is it not her fault?
It's not her
She
fault.
didn't know
'cause
she's on the air.
She didn't know she was on the air.
Oh, yeah.
Paige?
I don't even know. I can't even.
It's going to happen again. Paige? I don't want it to do it again.
Come on. It'll be funny.
When do you think that you'll get to talk to him next, or?
Well, I have my stuff there regardless. I'm just going to get my stuff tonight. Because I have my makeup bag and everything, my hair straightener.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't push it. If he wants to, he's totally disregarding you, and you guys have had this really.
I feel another F or an S coming.
I'm cool. I got it.
All right, you're cool.
You got
it? What's the over-under on the S?
No, the F.
Or the F.
She was
How many
giving
words
love
are-
advice. That was good.
How many
Yeah,
minutes?
she was giving love
How many
advice.
minutes?
No, minutes.
How many seconds, I mean?
How many seconds?
30 seconds.
30?
Yeah.
I'm going under.
Okay.
You're going over.
Okay.
Are you ready?
To F.
Go. No F or S.
Back at work yet. I still have to do all the paperwork and all the.
Oh, 4 seconds into it. Are you? Let me explain something, Drew. 30 seconds, a lifetime to someone who has profanity flying from their mouth.
I didn't know
constantly.
that S and F were commas and periods for her.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
when you said 30, I made Chris, your witness. I went under. I said go under
fast.
Yeah. Oh no, and that was a little. I would have put it more at about 16, 17 seconds, but that was literally 4.5 seconds. Now Anderson, did you
double down? Do it again.
Did you
I
get
got
that?
it. We're cool. Yeah, we're
Double down.
real time too.
All right, now this time we'll go 20 seconds. 20 seconds to F.
Unless she does 2 in a row, then give me a break.
Okay, well, I'll nip her on the first one. Okay, so I don't know.
Still haven't got a single F out. See, I'm gambling on F.
I'm just going profanity that we got to cut. Over what's your over under?
15.
15?
Yeah, I think that was a lucky move. That last one.
15. All right, I'm going over.
Well, that's what I want to do too.
And his girlfriend and boyfriend. Like, and he's like, yeah, there are things that I also want to do for you. Like, I was like, oh, okay, like, and before you did.
Why does he? Yeah, like what?
You were the one that wanted to. You were so persistent and that so annoying. Like that's what guys do.
Yeah.
Drew got the F word. The F word came about 21 seconds into it, although it was only her third word. Her friend was doing most of the talking. Yeah. So it was hard to figure out where to start the clock there because,
Right,
her friend was talking the whole time.
That was tough.
Yeah, that's tough. All right, Anderson, did you get that?
Yeah, we're good. Let's do more.
And what are the people at home hearing?
They're just hearing like a second of dead.
They hear this.
But they know what's being
word.
said. Yeah,
They missed the word.
Okay.
Do you make a sound or something where the word goes?
I've been asking for a sound over here for a long time, but I just have dead air.
Okay. Well, yeah, that sound that's extravagant, right? I mean, for a radio show.
I wanted this.
Aye. All right, let's get
flipper
back.
sound. Well, let's make another bed.
Okay. All right, now this is any kind of profanity. Any kind of profanity.
I think we go for a duel. A duel.
Yeah, we can't. We
yes,
can't.
you can.
We
If her
can't
friend is talking, as soon as she starts talking, I'll play the clock ticking, and we'll know.
Okay. Here's my point, Drew.
Dual juxtaposed profanity.
No.
30 seconds.
No, I got to put him on hold the second I hear the first one, and Anderson's got to dump it.
I can put it on hold.
Well, here's the point. It's getting confusing, Drew. I say S word.
All right.
I say S word in 12 seconds. You going under or over?
Over.
You're going over.
Her talking.
Of her talking.
Yes.
12 seconds.
Over.
Going over. All right, I'm going. So I've 12's a push.
Wrong button.
Oh, wrong button. All right, I'm gonna push the button when the clock gets to straight up at 11:17. All right.
That's
yeah.
23 minutes before the top of the hour.
Here we go.
42 minutes. My friend's not there anymore.
Hello?
Oh, you guys stopped talking.
Oh, no, you heard that.
Oh, we had a great thing going with you two.
Oh, wow.
That was huge.
But Paige, we notice a certain meter and quality to your speech, and we'd ask you to refrain from using some of the great embellishment of speech and language that colors your language every about fifth word while you're on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that.
Okay. That's all right. Where'd you go to finishing school? Drew's looking for a
place to send my
nice
daughter.
prep place to send the kids. Yeah.
You know, I didn't know you guys were there. Now I feel really rude. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. Now, how did it happen that we could hear you, but you couldn't hear us?
You know, that's really bizarre. I was kind of thinking the same thing. I'm totally embarrassed right now.
She was lost in conversation.
How much did you hear?
We heard you first giving out some very sage advice.
Effing advice.
Effing advice and a little essing advice to your friend, too.
Essing advice.
That was the most random thing. Like, I just had an old friend, like, stop by, and it was absolutely crazy. And I was like, I finally got through. Hi, boys. By the way, sorry. I'm totally...
That's all right. We found out how guys are. And we actually thought you were right.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
thank you. Maybe I'll change my major.
What is your major now, Paige? Swearing?
Elocution.
It's fashion. You know, we're
Fashion.
allowed to and smoke cigarettes and do all
Yeah.
that fun stuff.
When
Debauchery.
I think when I hear fashion, I think skinny chick, big nose.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I think.
I don't know. I don't think I'm really skinny, but and that's probably just a girl thing to say. You know, thank you, Adam. I do have a big nose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, how tall are you?
I'm 5.
Ooh,
dude, Paige. Didn't we just ask for to hold the color down? Rhetoric, not elocution. Rhetoric. That's what she majors in. Yeah.
Now wait a minute, Drew. Now I'm confused. Now I'm not. Was she insulted
by the question?
By the question?
No, she was just using a comma.
Yeah,
That was
but
a comma.
the effing. I said, how tall are you? And she said, I'm effing.
Yeah, I'm. Let's see, comma.
Yeah. What did that? But she sounded like an articulate. No, I know you're laughing, but I mean, once she was aware she was on the air, she
could only hold it together for so long, Adam. Please, come on.
Well, it's true. It had been a whole 36 seconds.
We could have
since she dropped the F-bomb. Wow. All right, Paige, you got to hang on a second because we're going to have to.
I'm enticed.
Really?
Let's just finish it up.
All right. Paige.
Yes.
How tall are you?
Oh, please do.
What is she talking about now? Paige, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10". And how much do you weigh?
I weigh like 135, 137. I'll be honest.
All right. And you got a big schnoz, right?
Yeah. Yes. You know.
All right. I'm scared whenever she starts
Yeah, I
talking that she's going to let the F-bomb fly. All I said was chicks that are designers. I skinny. I didn't say tall. Just skinny with a big schnoz.
5'10", 130 is pretty thin.
Is 137? Yeah. No, it's thin. And she got a big schnoz. That's all I'm saying. That's what I picture. All right.
Oh.
Paige.
So, Paige, what's your question?
Well, I was basically, I'm curious to see if I masturbate a lot.
Is that part of your image, Adam?
Well, you know, like some days I do, like every other day, I probably don't, but when I do it like 4 or 5 times. I don't touch myself, though. I use a vibrator. I've never had an orgasm during sex. So, I want to know, basically, I mean, ever since I lost my virginity at a very young age, and it wasn't the best experience, of course.
How old were you?
I was 13.
Okay.
How old was the guy?
15.
Yeah.
How'd that?
You know-
were you just one of these girls that grew up too fast?
It was my brother's best friend. You know, he'd been a friend of the family for, you know,
Fabulous.
several years. We'd grown up together. He was really cool and always made my brother be nice to me. And
Are your parents professionals, like attorneys or doctors or something?
No comments on that.
Why not?
Because I've no.
Were your parents drug addicts or something to be ashamed of, or?
No, but regardless, I don't know.
Hold on, what is she so flighty for? And what's with their no comment line?
Well, you have a rule about that, don't you?
Oh yeah, my rule is when I hear no comment from one of the callers, later on that night I go home, I beat off, and I drink red wine.
Thus, well, wait a minute, that happens every night.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
we don't hear no comment every night.
Oh, yeah. All right, but I'm just playing it safe.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. Okay, I understand.
Because I'll get home and I'll be like, wait a minute, did I hear no comment? Better
probably,
pour some wine and pull my junk out.
Just to be sure.
Please, you gotta cover myself. You don't know.
Please
you
don't-
could get
don't-
burned.
Don't cover yourself.
Paige?
Yes.
All right, so here's the thing. What did your parents do?
What kind of people were they?
I don't like my dad. I don't speak with my dad.
Yeah.
What
So-
was he a professional?
Yeah, he has like ADHD, so he had like 7 jobs a year.
Well, I just hear bipolar when you say that.
Yeah, that too. I don't know who he is, so I speak with him. He kind of, I don't know.
So did he not make any money?
No, he made good money. He just like lived a whole life that we never knew about.
Oh.
And
Are any doctors or lawyers in your family?
one doctor.
Who?
My mom.
Oh, okay. I asked if your mom and dad were doctors or lawyers.
I know,
Your
but
mom's
I
a
don't,
doctor. All right, who cares? I don't know. I know what's going on. I know her. I mean, I know. I can feel her.
Tell me.
Just got the money, got the attitude, angry, smart again, not happy.
Was she angry by just being abandoned?
And grown up early.
But had to raise herself, kind of thing.
Yeah,
parentalized early.
That's right. I would say that too. Money, but you can't buy the love, kind of thing. Dad all over the place. Mom professional. Out
So
a
very
lot.
very cold family life. Very distant.
Cold. Yeah. And so you grow up smart. You kind of grow up fast, and a little angry. So
Yeah.
she's like smart, little angry.
Was that Less Than Zero? Wasn't that?
Yeah,
movie about that?
that's her. All right. All right, we're taking a break. Paige, I
It's been a
don't
very
care.
interesting night, hasn't it?
You got your vibrator. God bless you.
For Adam's birthday, it's been an interesting night. Adam's going to Europe tomorrow.
No, I'm
Next
going.
day?
Next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. We'll be back after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. All right. Alana is 22. Fiance likes porn. She wants to watch with him. He wants to do it alone. Alana?
Yeah.
All right.
Been dating for 2 years. What were your relationships like before him?
Dated a lot of older guys, I guess.
Yeah. How old is he, this guy?
He's 27.
We were sort of hit with the little girl voice when you started talking to us at the very beginning.
I know a lot of people always mistake me on the phone. They always ask me, well, is your mom home?
Yeah. There's a reason for that, though.
Yeah, but her voice cleared up a little bit. A little bit.
Some treatment in there, maybe?
Any sexual abuse in your past?
No. Well, there's this thing with this, when I was 15 with this guy that was 30, but I had therapy and stuff for that, so.
That's why the clear up part. That's what I said.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, when I was 15, I was working one of my first jobs as a grocery bagger. Because pretty much that's the only job that 15-year-olds can get. And there was a guy that worked there who was 30, and it just started out as kind of like flirting and stuff, and then eventually we ended up having this, like, I basically lost my virginity to him and
What do you
whatnot.
mean? What do you mean? Basically, lost your virginity?
Well, I lost my virginity to him and had a weird 9-month relationship, and then I broke it off, and then I started feeling really weird about it, and I started dating this one guy a couple months after I broke it off with the older guy, and the one guy kind of, I opened up to him, and he got me to go to the rape crisis, and I did a whole police report on him, but that
Wow.
Good job. All right.
It's nice. And did the guy get weird, the 30-year-old guy, when you broke it off with him?
Well, I mean, of course, when you're 15, there's all that drama, like, oh, I really love this person, but you have no idea what love is when you're 15.
Yeah.
And so there was all that kind of drama, but he got over it, and I ended up finding out with the police department that he had something like this similar, like this happened with him and a 12-year-old, but they didn't have enough evidence to prove it.
12-year-old.
Yeah. So he was obviously a predator, and I just fell prey to that.
And nothing happened to you before that sort of set you up to be a
No,
good victim?
that's the only thing.
That'll keep me up another half hour.
Nothing before that, huh?
No, and I'm being real with you guys. I watch your show, and I wouldn't try and hide something.
All right.
No, we're just checking.
It's
It's all right. There were times we wouldn't believe that, and there are times we would.
do.
This is a would believe it.
How do you get along with your dad?
No, my parents went through a divorce last summer after about 20 years together, and he wanted me to pick sides, and I refused to, and so he kind of has shut me out of his life now. So we've only been fighting for
It takes all kinds. It's something I've always said.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the question?
Well, the question is, my fiance, he likes to
with this new internet age and everything, downloading's really convenient. And he downloads, I'm not kidding, like 900 or 1,000 videos of porn.
Whoa.
And some
How
of
does
it's
your computer hold all that?
some of it's really offensive. Like, we're talking freaky, weird stuff that I wouldn't even mention. Just think
What
of
is that?
whatever the grossest thing you could think of and times that by 100.
Well, here's my are there kids involved with this?
No,
right.
thank God, no. I would be running away screaming if that's what the
Yeah,
case
she
was.
wouldn't do that. All right, so he's downloading all this sort of deviant porn.
Right.
And letting and sharing that with you, at least.
Or not sharing it with you.
Well, not sharing the actual porn, but at least the knowledge that he's downloading the porn with you.
Well, no, I kind of, since we share a computer, he didn't really try to hide it, and I found it and was like, I approached him. I said, well, is this the kind of stuff that you're interested in? And he was like, well, no, I'm just curious. Like, I just, And I asked him, well, some of it's really offensive. Why don't you just delete it when you see how disgusting it is? He's like, well, I don't know. And he just kind of avoids the whole conversation.
All right. Well, what kind of stuff is it?
Well, like weird insertion stuff and weird, like 10 guys with one girl, fill every hole type of
Okay. I just want to know where the guy stood.
Strangely, you could hang with this guy, but couldn't hang with the guy that was limp during the oral
We could
sex.
hang.
That's nice.
All right. So
quaint, Adam. Quaint.
Look, here's the thing. Guys feel a little weird about the porn thing. And it's sort of like when their dad says, like, come on, son, I'll take you to a strip joint. It's kind of like, I want to go to a strip club. I like you, Dad. We can go to a ball game, but this feels weird. Because this is kind of my own thing.
It's an intrusion.
Yeah, and so do not try to get involved with him and his hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. By all means, you can set some limits and you can tell him the way certain things make you feel.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're very even keeled about this stuff. Most our callers and listeners would not be
spinning about this. And you sounded very appropriate. You call this disgusting and inappropriate, and then so be it. It is. And just ask him to kind of keep it.
Here's the other thing too. Fiance, you're 22.
Is it time for that?
Just take it, slow it down just a little bit.
Yeah.
And no need to get married. And by the way, all this stuff is a misdemeanor before you get married. It becomes a felony later on when you start having kids and you get locked in. And the guy's mincing around in your underpants. You come home early from work one day. He's wearing your underpants. He's telling you he's just curious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's what it is. Men and women. This courtship stuff, this is a test drive that's got to go on over a few years.
Yeah.
Or you got to be older, in which case you got to know a little more about how the car works.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get a lemon 6 months into it, and a lot of stuff doesn't present itself.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And for a lot of people, when you get married at 19 or 20 or 21, they're just beginning to get into their ass at 20, 21. It's not hit its stride. For some people, it doesn't hit their stride until it's like 26, 27. It's like they're not busy growing and effing up. You want to know that all the F up is out of them before it's time to actually put them into action.
Males especially.
Yeah. Males
especially.
still got plenty of energy left.
Yeah.
They still be spinning off in a certain direction. You may have just caught them at the very beginning of the spin cycle.
Yeah.
All right. Emily? Oops.
No.
Alana, I think I hung up on Emily by...
Emily, you there?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
What's happening? How old are you?
I'm 23.
All right, what's up?
Well, I actually called last week about the chances of getting pregnant if you take the pill continuously.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that weekend was not the first time that I had slept with this guy. But then that particular weekend, he voluntarily packed a bag and drove down to hang out with me. And he stayed Friday night and Saturday night and left on Mother's Day.
You voluntarily did that, huh?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
What? You sure it's not part of, some sort of a proclamation from the state where he had to work off a certain amount of community hours or something?
No.
It's like a community service thing. That's happened to me.
But
I just said, you come down and hang out. And so he did, and he ended up, he was like, okay, I'm going to pack a bag and come down. And that surprised me,
Why? Why does that surprise you?
I don't know. I was like, whoa, he wants to come and hang out with me. I guess,
That's like, I've got shepherds at home. It's like saying, hey, guys, come over here and hang out with these rib bones here. Just hang out. And then be surprised when they come running.
Yeah, guys pack the bag. They give a good loofah to the under sack area.
You should have asked him to
hit the road.
swim to wherever you are, and he'd be there.
Especially the young guys.
Okay, well, I guess you think that, but then I haven't heard from him since. He didn't.
Since that weekend.
He hasn't
Oh
called
boy,
me.
we need to give this young lady a primer on the mail.
Yeah,
she's very confused about how they work.
I've been
No.
upset.
It's quiet. Shh.
Okay.
Anna, please help her.
This is
you have to understand that males' brains work terribly differently than yours. Their motivational priorities different.
Yeah,
different. To share an intimate weekend means zero. To many men under the influence of testosterone.
Yes,
it means sex. And when the sex ends, the weekend ends, and they go about their business.
Yes.
And that's it. It's a very specifically, oftentimes, physical experience, or even just visual.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean he doesn't like you, doesn't mean he doesn't appreciative.
Yeah. No, it doesn't mean he didn't enjoy himself as much as you enjoyed yourself for that weekend. It just means it doesn't mean to him what it meant to you.
Different experience.
But the weekend before, I would have thought that I wouldn't hear from him again after that, because that was like the first time that I slept with him. And so then now, after he just comes down, it just surprises me that he would come.
Why did you think you wouldn't hear from him after the first time?
I don't know, because that seems like something that would be more likely to happen.
Why was the weekend different than the first time?
Because that was way more like a booty call. It was like...
The first time was?
Yeah.
Well, it was just a longer one for the weekend.
Yeah.
But then he came down.
All right. Look, everybody. Here's the thing. You cannot just deconstruct the course of events that took place in your short relationship. I've tried this many times.
Well, you're trying to force it into something that it wasn't.
Well, why would she say this and then do that? If she meant this, why did she say that? And plus, she said to me, or he said, now why would he call? I never called.
The facts are the facts.
The facts are the facts.
Just look at the actions.
It's like combing over Princess Di's accident.
Right.
You can do it 1,000 times.
Bring her back.
If he hadn't been drinking, if she had left the hotel just moments later, if the paparazzi hadn't chased, do whatever you want. Do it 1,000 times.
Doesn't change the outcome.
She's still in the coffin.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
And now, if you can learn from it,
there you go.
If we can prevent further accidents from happening, fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we should be doing.
That's what we're trying to do.
But not trying to figure out why he's not calling. He's not calling because he's not interested.
We're not saying that all men are this way. We're not saying that men are bad because they're this way, even when this is the way they behave. But there's a set of motivational priorities in play that are different than yours. They just make the brain operate differently.
And it's not that there's anything necessarily wrong with you.
No, with her. No.
At all.
No.
This is the other thing that women look at.
What did I do?
Which is, if a woman found a guy that she was attracted to, that she wanted to have sex with, that she really liked, and then somehow had a fling with him over the weekend and dumped him, they would think, well, something's wrong with this guy.
Yeah, I found out
something. We don't find out anything horrible. Once in a while, a little smelly foo-foo or something like that. We don't find anything out. It's just, we're 23.
Yeah.
We're moving on. What we found out? We found out we had a good time. We also found out we could do this again with somebody else this time. Maybe more than one person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
got a little power. Now we're moving on.
That's what guys are into.
That's it. And women, it's like, oh, they must have. Why would you? No.
How could it?
Yeah, nothing wrong with you.
Maybe he didn't really. No, he really did.
Yeah.
He had the experience you thought he had.
Yeah.
And it meant something different.
Yeah. All right. Good times. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
LoveLine 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Just heard phone screener Brian telling someone never to call again. That's a good thing. I like that. That's chutzpah, son. All right, phone number. Did I give that? 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. over there, Adam Carolla over here. And it's time to go back to the phones. We'll speak to Elizabeth. Elizabeth?
Hello.
22?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
When I'm about to orgasm, I feel like I can't breathe, like I'm suffocating.
Mm-hmm. Drew?
Yeah.
I think maybe Chief Thunder Bear.
Okay. He's very good with this sort of thing.
He's I think he's a pulmonary specialist.
No,
actually.
he's a gynecologist.
Well, he's a gynecologist. He's a
He has some ear, nose, and throat.
psychologist.
Ear,
but
nose,
he,
and throat experience, too.
he does do ear, nose, and throat. And would
He's
probably,
a shaman. He's a man of great wisdom. Call him
he has some specialties, too. And I think the ear, nose, and throat may come in here also as a sleep specialist as well.
Does he? Oh, good. I didn't know about that training, but that's excellent. He's an amazing gentleman. Amazing.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring...
His command of language is fabulous.
I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to need you...
Chris, he's still mad at you from last night. Next night, he wants more coffee. Come on. This tonight, please, Chris, don't embarrass us. Not 2 nights in a row, okay? Engineer Chris, please.
Chief. Live at home many year.
Okay.
Many moon. No make wampum. Hayahe.
He wants you fired, but he can't fire you because they're not paying you now. Okay, Elizabeth, go ahead and ask your question.
When I'm about to orgasm, I feel like I can't get enough oxygen, like I'm suffocating.
Say that again. The chief says, Elizabeth, that you should continue breathing right on through the orgasm. That there's no reason you should have to stop breathing.
Yes, you can.
I'm trying to breathe. Like, I can't get enough oxygen.
What the heck are you?
What prevents you from breathing?
I don't know. I feel like I can't get enough oxygen. Like,
Are you hyperventilating?
Yeah.
What's that?
Why?
I don't know.
Easy, Chief. Easy. More coffee. Chris, go. Come on. Chris, come on. Look, this guy carries on every night. This guy's graced us with his presence. He's been good enough to come in here with his wide-ranging expertise.
Yes.
Please, don't embarrass us like this, okay?
Sorry,
Chief. I'm sorry. Don't worry. I know. Shh. It's good. He'll get coffee. He wants rum in the coffee, too. Yeah, I know. Yeah, firewater. Yes. Yes, firewater. Firewater, yes, I understand. Okay, back to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, he's saying a prayer for you. Okay, he's also gathering the spirits and it's sort of like a Tao spirit that he breathes in and connects with to try to answer your question. Okay, he's ready now. So you have one boyfriend?
Yeah.
And how long have you been having sex with him?
Just like a month or so.
Are you nervous? Are you nervous? Are you nervous?
No, I'm not. I've had other long-term relationships, and it always happens. And I can't, like, I get so worn out that I can't, like, I want them to stop because I feel like I can't get enough oxygen, and I get, like, dehydrated.
He understands that. Chief understands about the oxygen. Are you having sex, or is it during oral sex?
It's during oral sex. 3.
No, he mean Chief. No, Chief. He's confusing. I understand. He's confusing you giving oral sex with you receiving oral sex, and he wants to be sure that it's not that you can't breathe because you have something. Yeah, you got something occluding your airway.
Just receiving.
Just receiving. Yeah, who doesn't have shortness of breath when they're receiving?
No, but
No, listen. He's confused. The chief is confused. He's basically saying, who doesn't get a little short of breath when you're, especially early on when you're in your sexual relationship, when you're not sort of used to being sexually active. You can get nervous and get uptight, and you got to learn to. You got to literally breathe.
That's it.
And breathe and attune to the spirits of the world.
Yeah,
the circle of life.
No.
Yeah.
Did you?
Where's the coffee, Chris? Where is it? And the fire water. Yeah. He wants a bottle of fire water. Yeah. Brandy. Brandy. Well, Chief, thank you very much. I think you've helped Elizabeth. I may have to talk to her a little bit more off the air. So, Elizabeth, hang on, please. Would you like to take another call?
I'm back.
Oh, whoa, Adam.
Yeah.
Where'd the Chief go?
Chief just says that. Well, first off, Chief, you just hear the wind chimes and the dream chaser blowing, the dream catcher blowing around, and he's gone.
I see. He's a spirit himself.
Oh, it's much like a spirit. He's as elusive as a spirit. All right. Who are we going to talk to? How'd that go? How was the Chief?
He was good. He was good. Didn't help Elizabeth very much, but he was good. I'm going to talk to her off the air.
Heard commercial?
No, we're going to break.
That's to do a report on class. Hold on a second. Sasha?
yes.
You doing a report in class?
Yeah, it's for block. The question is, what is love?
Mm-hmm. All right, baby. Hold on. We're going to tell you what it is.
Or the Chief might, if not Adam and I.
When we come back after this.
Here it is. Bottom line, it sucks being single today. Tons of lame people and no decent prospects. Call the Dateline. Call the Dateline. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE. LoveLine will be right back. So get your problems ready.
This hour brought to you in part by Axe. Experience the Axe effect.
There you go. 2 fabulous hours of the best of LoveLine. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Annie Gold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.